As much as we love classic car auctions, we can't attend them all in person. We simply don't have the time. As you can see, we're surrounded by projects ourselves. In this video, we want to show you some of the barn finds that Claire and I have spotted coming up for sale in the next couple of weeks at various auction houses around the country. And over the coming months, we are going to try and get to more of these auction houses. So if you know of any, or if you're involved in any, please comment below or get in touch with us via ukbarnfinds.com and we'd love to talk to you. Claire said it would be a great idea if we filmed it from inside a vehicle. So, here we are. Oh joy. Okay, I'm in my lovely office now and we're going to have a look through some of these cars. Got them all links on the phone. Bear with me, this is a bit of a new format for us. But we're going to start off with the 1986 red Audi Quattro, which is up for sale with door and wreath. Claire's going to put a little pop-up telling you when the auction is and how to basically see a bit more about them. But this is a great car. I was looking at this last night. It's been up on their website for a little while now, so I'm sure a few people have seen it. 2007 was when it came off the road, roughly, so we're talking 16 years. It's an Audi Quattro, 12 to 14,000 pound guide price on it. I would have thought that once you've sorted it out, done the bodywork, got that beautiful red absolutely gleaming, it's a double your money car. Have a look at that one. Next up, let's just flick through here. Same guys, door and wreaths. We'll try and keep them together in auction houses so that it makes it easier for you guys who want to have a look at some of these. It's a Jensen Interceptor, Series 2. Now, without looking through all the info on this car, I can tell you with a guide price of £4,000 to £5,000, it's going to need a lot of work because these are incredibly expensive cars once they're restored, can be incredibly expensive to restore. With that kind of guide price, I mean, obviously it's ripe for restoration. Somebody with deeper pockets than mine might see it as a parts car. I don't know. It's got an older MOT from 1995. Well, you can do the maths on that one. That's a long time, nearly 30 years. 6-owner car from new. Jensen's Interceptor is always worth a look at. So do have a look at that one on door and wreaths. I quite like that. Beyond my skills, but I'd love to see somebody else take that one on. Next up, we're with historics auctioneers this time with the 1960 BMW Isetta 300. Absolutely love these little cars. The photos on their website, we'll have links below. Have a look at them because they are so cute and they're great photos. This one has been off the road for a long time, I think, because I was looking at it last night online. And where are we? Been stored for around 40 years. Now, quite a few of you probably haven't even been around for 40 years. But because it's such a diddy little car, it's been tucked away nicely. And it looks like, from the photos, pretty solid. There's also a video on their website, so do check that out. 1960 BMW Isetta 300. What are they worth when they're done? You tell me. Got to be worth a look. Off to classic car auctions next. Oh, I don't know. Claire found this one and she knows how much I love a 1973 Morris Mini 1275 GT. One of those cars that I wanted when I was a lad, I'd still want now. I wish I'd bought one when I could afford one. This one has got a guide price of £13,000 to £16,000. These are going for such big money now. Let's have a look what it tells us about this one. Recently out of 30-year hibernation, but looking at it, it looks brilliant. Have a look at the photos. This is a beautiful looking car. It's already popped up in mini groups on the internet. I know this one's going to be popular. How much do you think it's actually going to sell for? Comment below now and we'll see how close you are after the auction date. Brilliant car. Again, with classic car auctions, this 1968 Porsche 911 Turbo Sportomatic. Now, I've seen this car before, not in person, but it has cropped up on a few discussions. Described as ripe for restoration. I think the photos tell the story on this one. The thing is, these are brilliant cars and they are very, very sought after. Somebody here will be looking at that and thinking, do you know what, I could do that. Winter's coming up, get cracking. It's there isn't a great deal of other information on the website, so do go and have a look here and on the Classic Car Auctions website, because you'll see all the photos. And yeah, have a look. Let us know if you're going to bid on that. It'll be interesting to know where this one ends up. No way. 1979 Volkswagen 1303 LS Beetle Carmen Cabriolet. Now, why did I say no way? I'll read you the whole description because it isn't vast. An astonishing garage find, 2 miles from new, right-hand drive Beetle Carmen convertible, offered at no reserve. Now, there's a guide price of 10 to 12, it says there, but offered at no reserve, 2 miles from new. How on earth can that even happen? Absolutely astonishing. You've got to have a look at this one. Classic Car Auctions website. That's amazing. I'm going to be following this one, and I'm not particularly a Beetle fan. I've nothing against them, but wow, 2 miles from new. That's just blown my mind. Now I'm looking at a 1976 Triumph Stag Mk2. You can't have a car auction without certain cars, like a Mini, for example, and also a Triumph Stag. You've got to have a Triumph Stag. They're a staple of the classic car industry in the UK. This one's been owned for 40 years, but for 30 years it's been stuck in a barn. Now, that's not unusual to us, but to some people out there might find that odd. Looking through the photos, it doesn't look particularly bad. Yes, it's going to need work, but the interior, under the bonnet, tells us that it was a fairly dry place. You have to do your own homework, like with all auction cars or any car in general, but we've seen cars that have been stored for a lot less time that look a lot worse than this. This one looks worth a look, shall we say. Now, I picked this one out. Claire and I picked cars out between us, but this, what year is it? Let's have it. 1972 Ford Cortina Mk3 1600L. I think I had a look online. It had been off the road for quite a while. Doesn't look like it. Described as a rare survivor. It is absolutely beautiful to look at. I've got a bit of a soft spot for Mk3 Cortinas because I owned one myself when they were a common car. I would love another one again, but you just don't know with prices. This one's got a guide price, £12,000 to £15,000. Having seen what others go for recently, that's not an unreasonable price. Beautiful colour, that Coke bottle design as they call it. Lovely sort of tan looking interior. Check that one out, well worth a look. I love that one. Quite often when I pick cars out at auction, it's because I've owned one before. And this is the case with this 1987 Ford Capri 1.6 laser. I actually had a 1.6 laser. Whenever I mention that to my friends nowadays, they're like, oh, that's the proper POV spec. That's, you know, a cheapo, weak, lame one. But to me, it was a great car. I used to chew up motorway miles in that thing and felt like I was the real bee's knees. It was a cool car back in the day. It's a cool car now. It'd be nice to have like a, you know, 3 litre or a Brooklands or something like that. But then look at petrol prices. Do you really want to be putting that, you know, stopping every 5 minutes at a petrol station? A 1.6, nice economical car by Ford, retro Ford standards, and also one that still looks and drives like a cool retro Ford. So 28 years in storage, doesn't look like it, looks really good. Special edition laser Capri, covered just 20,000 miles. You're going to struggle to find a Ford Capri that has done such low mileage. That is absolutely brilliant looking car. Guide price of 10 to 12,000. I don't know where you think that one will be. Let us know. Check it out. And finally for this video, 1976 Ford Escort Ghia 1600, 4-door, family car. Don't know a great deal about it, but with a guide price of 4 to 6,000, that's not a great deal of money. Fords are popular. Yes, most people want the 2-doors, they want the sporty models, they want this, that and the other. But if you want a car that you can use, that you can afford, that's a family car, that you don't have to have an armed guard on every night, I reckon this is well worth a look. It's a Ghia spec, so it's not going to be too shabby. Photos are lovely. It looks really clean, looks really solid. I reckon that could be a steal if it doesn't exceed that guide price. So there you have it. We've had a look at a few cars that are coming up for auction. Obviously all of those websites will have more cars, so go and have a look at them all. Let us know below what you think's interesting, what you think's not interesting, and whether you'd like us to actually go to some of these auctions. I can't go to these particular ones, I just don't have the time in the next 2 weeks. But we do want to start spreading our wings a little bit more next year, go into some different auctions. So if you've got a local one near you that's good for barn find cars and retro cars, let us know. Let them know as well to get in contact with us, because if we've got a point of contact, it makes life easier. And yeah, we'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.